She is turning out pretty nice. What is up everybody, Alyssa here. So today we are going to install the headlight cowl on the 2020 Honda Rebels. I just went ahead and purchased it on eBay, I believe. I'll put the link in the description below. No instructions, of course, but this seems a little complicating, so I'm not just gonna rely on common sense. I looked up the instructions online and found it, so we're just gonna go off that. Comes with all of the items that you need, and it also came with hardware. So, according to step 1, we're gonna have to remove the bolts over here that attaches the blinkers. So you're gonna come over here. It's going to be this one right over here. That is what you take out. Go ahead and remove that one and this side as well. You're gonna need a 5mm Allen key. Here it is, we're just gonna save it. All right, step 2, gonna be removing 4 bolts that are attached to the headlight itself. 1, 2, and on the other side, 3, 4, which is also gonna be a 5mm wrench. When you speak, from above. So the 4 are removed. Step 3, you're gonna take the plastic headlight cowl cover as well as the 4 5mm bolts that came with it, and you're just gonna replace it on top of the headlight, making sure that this lip going up is towards the outside. You just want to hand tighten it, not too hard because this is plastic. So step 3 was putting it in over here, 3 and 4, and the upper flap facing outwards, facing forwards. All right, step 3 done. Step 4 is going to be removing 2 bolts. Now step 4 is going to be removing these 2 bolts in here. Not gonna lie, step 4 is gonna be a little bit of a tight squeeze just because you have the headlight cowl cover on and you don't want to scratch up your forks. Take a 6mm Allen key and unscrew both of those. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday word seems. Innovation. Jesus. Alright, that was extremely tough. So step 4, I would say do step 4 before you do step 3. Step 4 is going to be removing this one and that one. I think there's Loctite on this because that hurt. As you saw, I had to stick my Allen key in there long ways so it wouldn't hit anything. And then from there, I took clamps and clamped it on there to turn it because my little fingers would not be able to do that. So now those 2 are removed and we can carry on with step 5, but I'm gonna replace the plastic. Step 5 is going to be to install the stay, which is this metal bracket, which is apparently going like this. You're gonna take the 2 collars from the hardware, as well as the 8mm socket bolt that came with the hardware. Allen key.
Your our roses when you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday word seems.
Step 5 is done. That was a whole nother ballpark. Just kidding, step 5 is not done. Next part of step 5 is reinstalling the blinker bolt and nut tops. You're not using the nut in the back, you're just using the bolt. Step 5 is complete. Step 6 is make sure you torque everything down. Torqued everything down. And step 7 is installing the headlight cowl itself, which is going to be the last of your hardware, the sleeves, and the screws itself. So step 7 is going to be the sleeves goes on top of the metal part itself, and then the headlight cowl goes in between, and you stick the screw in because it screws into it. So take your 5mm Allen key, and it is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Should be easy. We'll see about this. So you take the sleeve, stick the sleeves in the holes, grab your headlight cover, slip it in. I'm just going to do the bottom, stick these in, not tighten it, just stick them in. I apologize for the change in quality. My phone died, so now I'm using my iPad. But the last step, step 7, was the easiest step. You just take the plastic well and the 4 screws, you line it up. You want to hand tighten the screws first before you take your 5mm Allen key and tighten them down. And it's a 2 to 3 millimeters supposed to be sticking out of the well after you tighten it. But you can't really see the bottom ones, so you're just gonna have to guess. But she's on there, she's tight. I'd say about an hour with reading instructions, trying to figure out what was going on. With the hardware that came with it and the instructions followed, you're gonna end up saving 2 nuts that came from the blinkers there. 2 nuts that came from the blinkers, the 2 bolts that came from these bottom ones over here that you replaced, and then you're gonna have these 4 screws that were on top of the original headlight. So that's all that you should have saved. If you have more, then something is missing, and if you have less, then something is missing. So there you go, guys, the installation process of a 2020 Honda Rebel Headlight Cowl. It was a bit hard trying to tighten down the screws that hold the headlight onto the frame. It's just a hard spot to get to, so good luck to you. I had to use a 6mm with a wrench, and slowly but surely was able to tighten it. Whatever works for you. I also used a smaller 6mm as well as this long one, just for different angles. And just like any other time, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as I can with as much detail as I possibly can. And hopefully this helped you, hopefully this encouraged you. I'll go ahead and put the link again in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, or if this video helped you at all, please go ahead and hit that like button as well as that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me if you do. And leave me a comment. Let me know if you got this done, how hard it was for you, or was it just me that was struggling. And I advise to do step 4 before you do step 3. That's all I have for you guys. Have a wonderful day, guys.